Hey everyone! Welcome to a brand new series of Guess the Mystery Object. This time we're going full food and kitchen theme. Same rules as always. 5 clues, one at a time. Pause after each one if needed. The earlier you get it, the bigger the bragging rights. Let's go. I am found in almost every kitchen in the world, yet most people only use one side of me. I was patented in the 1540s, making me one of the oldest kitchen tools still in daily use. I have at least 4 different surfaces, each designed for a different job. I can reduce a solid block into a pile of tiny pieces in under 30 seconds. I am most famous for what I do to dairy, but I work just as well on vegetables, chocolate, and citrus. If you guessed a cheese grater, well done. The grater was invented by François Bouillet in France in the 1540s, originally to make use of hard, dried-out cheese that couldn't be sliced. The 4-sided box grater we know today wasn't standardized until the 1800s. Most people only ever use the large whole side, but the fine side is actually designed for hard cheeses like Parmesan, the medium side for softer cheeses, and the smallest perforated side for zesting citrus or grating nutmeg. Here's your next mystery object. I am one of the oldest cooking tools ever discovered. Versions of me date back 9,000 years. My surface matters enormously. The wrong one can ruin a meal or ruin your health. I come in cast iron, stainless steel, copper, and non-stick. And chefs argue endlessly about which is best. The sound I make when food hits my surface is one of the most satisfying sounds in cooking. I have exactly one job, but I do it better than almost any other tool in the kitchen. If you guessed a frying pan, well done. Frying pans have been found in ancient Greek and Roman archaeological sites, made from bronze and iron. The cast iron version became widespread in the 19th century and is still considered by many chefs to be the gold standard. Here's your mystery object. I sit quietly in your cupboard and do nothing until heat arrives. Without me, cakes, muffins, scones, and pancakes would be completely flat. I am a mixture of 2 ingredients that react together the moment they get warm. I was only invented in the 1840s. Before me, bakers had to rely on yeast, which took hours. My entire job lasts less than a minute, but the results last a lifetime. If you guessed baking powder, well done. Baking powder was invented by Alfred Bird in 1843, originally because his wife was allergic to yeast. It works by combining an acid and a base that react when heated, releasing carbon dioxide bubbles that cause dough to rise rapidly. Before baking powder existed, every loaf of bread and every cake required hours of yeast fermentation. Alfred Bird also invented egg-free custard powder, for the same reason. His wife was also allergic to eggs. Here's your 4th mystery object. I am the single most important tool in any professional kitchen. The oldest versions of me were made from obsidian, volcanic glass sharper than surgical steel. A good version of me costs more than most kitchen appliances. How you hold me says everything about your level of skill in the kitchen. I have been by the side of every great chef in history, and I never go in the dishwasher. If you guessed a kitchen knife, well done. Kitchen knives are among the oldest human tools. Obsidian blades dating back over 700,000 years have been found at archaeological sites. The Japanese chef's knife, or geiyuto, is widely considered the pinnacle of blade design, with some handcrafted examples taking weeks to make and costing thousands of dollars. Professional chefs treat their knives like personal possessions. They travel with them, sharpen them weekly, and almost never lend them to anyone. The dishwasher, incidentally, is a knife's worst enemy. The heat warps the handle and the detergent corrodes the blade. Here's your last mystery object with 5 clues. I am the oldest food seasoning in human history. I have been traded, taxed, and fought over for millennia. Without me, almost every savory dish in the world would taste flat and lifeless. I am not just a flavor. I am a preservative, and for most of human history, that was my most important job. Roman soldiers were partly paid in me, and that payment gave us a word we still use today: I have no calories, no fat, and no expiration date. I last forever. If you guessed salt, well done. Salt is arguably the most important food substance in human history. The word salary comes directly from the Latin word for salt, sal, because Roman soldiers were sometimes paid in salt or given an allowance to buy it. Salt was so valuable in ancient times that it was used as currency across Africa, Asia, and Europe. The salt trade shaped trade routes, built cities, and triggered wars. Even today, salt is used in over 14,000 industrial applications beyond food. So, how'd you do today? Did you guess all of the objects? If you want more of these, hit subscribe. We drop new mystery and riddle videos every week. And if you think you've got a great video idea for a future episode, leave it in the comments. We just might use it. See you next time!